everyone. Today we will discuss about Confidentiality and Data Privacy Act. It is about protecting data against unintentional, unlawful, or unauthorized access. Privacy and confidentiality are extremely important in the contemporary healthcare system. In today's age of healthcare, health informatic innovations such as the Health Information Exchange have allowed electronically available healthcare data such as clinical, administrative, and financial information to be shared within healthcare systems, hospital networks, and other healthcare settings.
Moving on, so what is confidentiality? Confidentiality means that information is restricted to those authorized to have access to it. The nurses has a duty to maintain confidentiality of all patient information, both personal and clinical, in work setting and off-duty in all venues, including social media or any other means of communication. It is important to know that nurses should never ever discuss patients with others who do not have the need to know. They must protect and secure client written records, and they must also secure electronic records by protecting and not sharing their passwords and logging off after each entry. There are also other things that protect patient privacy and confidentiality include not responding to any telephone or email inquiries about patient unless the inquiring person states a unique identifier for the patient such as a secret code number or word. Lastly, Facebook and other forms of social media like such as Instagram, Twitter, and photos using a cell phone are strictly prohibited.
Data Privacy Act of 2012. Outsourcing labor is difficult for the healthcare business since the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, only covers the United States. It is challenging for foreign organizations to grasp and express the importance of recognizing and reporting data breaches due to a lack of monitoring, which is why in the Philippines the legislature has adopted the HIPAA model and passed the Data Privacy Act RA 10173 in 2012. The Philippines TPA, while roughly based on HIPAA, has significant distinguishing elements. Republic Act Number 10173, otherwise known as the Data Privacy Act, is a law that seeks to protect all forms of information, be it private, personal, or sensitive. It is meant to cover both natural and juridical persons involved in the processing of personal information.
The Act of 2012 protects the privacy of individuals. It regulates the collection, recording, use, and destruction of personal data. This also ensures that the Philippines complies with international standards set for data protection. So, are you covered by the Data Privacy Act of 2012? Well, this law seeks to protect all forms of information, be it private, personal, or sensitive. It is meant to cover both natural and juridical persons involved in the processing of personal information.
Hello everyone, so this is the importance of data privacy in the health and hospitals sector. Healthcare services are largely dependent on the free flow of information among all participants, be it the client, the healthcare worker, or the health institution. When clients feel confident that their information are safe and secured at the hands of their healthcare provider, it encourages them to provide complete and accurate data. A health institution that prioritizes data privacy is an institution that cares for its clients. How important is data privacy to our clients? As a healthcare provider, most of the data you process are considered sensitive personal information. Data privacy measures ensure your client that this information are safe and secured. It guarantees them that their data are protected at all times and are not exposed to risk and vulnerabilities like unauthorized access, processing, sharing, and disclosure.
Who are responsible for patients' confidentiality? Board members, executive leadership, clinical staff, physicians and nurses, administrative and clerical staff, volunteers, students, and interns. All those who are handling the patient's file since it was gathered are all responsible. Thus, everyone in the organization is responsible for patient confidentiality. What are the patient information that must remain confidential? All identifiable patient's information, whether it's written, computerized, visual, or audio recorded or simply held in the memory of health professionals, is subject to the duty of confidentiality. It covers any clinical information about an individual's diagnosis or treatment. Number 2, a picture, photograph, video, audio tape, or other images of the patient. Number 3, who the patient's doctor is and what clinics patients attend and when. Lastly, number 4, anything else that may be used to identify patients directly or indirectly.
Hi, I am Michibel Ansariaga and I am going to talk about what are the patient's information that must remain confidential. First, we have the identity. The second one is the physical condition. The third one is the emotional condition. And the fourth one is the financial condition. So, now, when we say identity, it only means an applicant's or recipient's full name, aliases, date of birth, address, social security number, and other related information. Now, we are going to talk about the physical condition. Physical condition means that the physical qualities, actions, or things are connected with a person's body rather than with their mind. It is the condition or state of the body or bodily functions. So now, we are going to talk about the emotional condition. It only means a complex state of feeling that results in physical and psychological changes that influence thought and behavior. So, we have the last one. It is the financial condition. Financial condition means an individual's ability to raise and use funds.
Next, we have who has the right to your medical information. Informing the spouse or the family to the first degree of the patient's medical condition may be allowed, provided that the patient of legal age shall have the right to choose on whom to inform. In case the patient is not of legal age or is mentally incapacitated, such information shall be given to the parents, legal guardian, or his next of kin. And then we have the guiding principles to confidentiality. First, we have to access the patient information only if there is a need to know. Second, discard confidential information appropriately, such as lock them up in trash bins or in shredders. Next, we have forward requests for medical records to the Health Information Management Department. Then we have do not discuss confidential matters where others might overhear, like in the cafeteria, elevator, buses, or restaurants. And finally, we have do not leave the patient charts or files unattended.
Reaching confidentiality. If the individual consents. Consent occurs when one person voluntarily submits the proposal of desire of another. It is a term of common speech with specific definition, as used in such fields as the law, medicine, research, and sexual relationships. It required by That too is a rule of law which been made by government or other organization and formally written down. The new statute covers the care for bringing up and protection of the children. Child protection is a part of safeguarding process. It focuses on protecting individual children identified as suffering or likely to suffer significant harm. These include child protection procedure which detail how to respond to concern about the children. Eligibility to health services. Accurate determination of the patient eligibility on the front end provides healthcare provider a fair view of the patient coverage out of network. Benefits and payment obligation. Eligibility verification process have healthcare providers submits and claim claims. The public interest. The welfare or well-being of a general public commonwealth health programs may directly affect the public interest. Appeal or relevance to general populace, a news or story or public interest. Preventing harm to others. People should be free to act however they wish unless their action causes harm to somebody else. The purpose of which power can be rightful exercise over any member of a civilized community against his will to prevent harm to others. Exposing, detective, or preventing crimes. A detective is a person employed to discover and determine and assess the situation and clues. This person may be a part of police force, a staff member, a detective agency, or an independent contractor. This person is usually trained or has developed skills that allow her connects and pieces of information to form a clear picture of something unknown. Preventing crimes that may require a detective investigation includes the murder, theft, and the perjury. The detectives who work on such access often employ numerous tactics to find out who is responsible what they commit. Such acts and where they are currently located. The tactics employed may include researching all cases, interviewing witnesses, and recreating the crime scene. In litigation is the process of taking legal action. Traditional non-medical research or exception has been recognized. Is disclosure for relevant and sufficient reason and proportionate. Having size and number or amount that directly related to are appropriate for something.
A healthcare professional must be able to justify any breach of confidentiality.
And before we end, don't forget and always remember the golden rule of Data Privacy Act. If you can't protect it, don't collect it. And that is all from the Group 5. Thank you for listening to us and we hope you learned something today.